sealed matches, progression matches, and memes. This show has it all. Welcome to the Seal of Prog-richalcos. Hello and welcome to episode 9 of the Seal of Prog-richalcos. It's been quite some time since the last episode, Christmas and all that other good stuff. Didn't really have too much time to edit my video.
I don't want any excuses!
But here we go, here it is. So coming into this set, the scores of the series are as follows. Tobias is at 43 and I'm at 58, so we just about extended our lead last episode, and I'm hoping I can keep that winning streak going and extend my lead even further. No cards are hitting the ban list this week, so let's get straight to the packs. Up first is Dark Legends 1. Now this is the US equivalent of the Retro pack and contains a myriad of cards from Legend of Blue Eyes, Metal Raiders, and Labyrinth of Nightmare. So there's about 100 cards in the set in total, and the reason to open this one over Retro Pack is, well, it's because of this bad boy up here. Secret Rare Gauze, the Emissary of Darkness. This card is an absolute unit, and should any of us pull it, like, this card is going to be in decks going forward, and it's just a card to fear.
Fear me, yeah!
Well, if you take battle damage from a direct attack when you've got nothing on the field, slam this guy down, and then he summons a token with the attack of the monster that dealt damage to you. Just an incredible sort of turnabout card that can really ruin many a plan of a duelist. In the Super Rares, you've got a whole bunch of things that were only available in starter decks, with Card Destruction, Graceful Charity, and Scapegoat all being insane pulls. We are also warping space-time a little bit, just because in this set you have access to Destiny Draw and Destiny Hero Malicious, two cards that weren't released until much later in GX, but I figure there's chances of actually pulling them and using them is pretty low, so I don't think it's going to affect the series too much. In the rares, Catapult Turtles would be funny with the Magical Scientist sort of FTK build, Heavy Storm, Tobias could pick up a copy of that. And there are a few cards that are brand new to this set, such as the Blizzard Dragon, which is actually pretty good at icing out cards for a turn.
Tonight's forecast, a freeze is coming.
Metal Shooter and Mosquito. Both of these cards don't really do too much, but they're okay. In the Ultra Rares, we've got the Head of Exodia, Blast Sphere. I think that was that new for this set? I think that might have been new for this set. Green Baboon was definitely a hyped card. The very first print it had in the TCG, it basically could count a card being destroyed even during the damage step. You could basically never get rid of this card except by something like Bottomless, but back in the day Bottomless wasn't played too often, so this card was insane. Card Troop is also a really good card. Gel and Duo is decent, and Meltiel and Nova Summoner are good for a counter fairy deck. In the commons, access to Trap Hole is nice, but it's probably a bit too late. And all these other things we don't care too much about. Oh, actually, Mystical Space Typhoon. This card would be insane to pick up a couple of copies of. Just having easy, flexible access to spell trap removal would be great. We opened 5 of these, so that's 60 cards, like with Dark Beginning 1 and Dark Beginning 2. Let's flick on over to the collection and see what we pulled. Alright, looking over here, we've got a couple of Black Illusion Rituals. I think we did get a Relinquished way back when, so that's an interesting deck that could be on the line. Arm Ninja's not too good. Blue Eyes Toon Dragon is funny, but I don't think I'm in the mood to play Toons. Cannon Soldier is really good if we ever want to play like a spicy magical scientist FTK. We did pick up more than enough giant rats. Bearing on we only had one before, getting access to the full playset is really huge. Triple Juaigumo and Double Legion is great just as beaters for the sealed match. Hain is also like a decent card for that kind of environment too. Man-Eater Bug 2. We did pull one Metal Shooter, which is one of the new cards. I believe he puts like counters on himself when he's played, and then they can be used to give him extra attack. And if you will be destroyed by a card effect, you can remove a counter instead. So he's like a 1 Tribute 2400 that has a bit of protection inbuilt, so that's pretty decent. We did get 2 pieces of Exodia. I don't think we have the full set now. If we did, we'd totally play that deck. We got Time Wizard, which is nice. Sonic Bird. Oh, did we get any more? Oh no, it was Manju's not in the set. We got a Sonic Bird, though, that's okay. Thunder Dragon, we had a playset off. Trap Hole, getting 1 is nice. And we got Triple Upstart, which is going to be really good for deck thinning for this sealed match. Anyway, there's some pretty good cards here. Mahavilo as well. I think we did see a Black Pendant. Some interesting little combos here. Let's flick on over to the deck builder and see what we came up with. Okay, So looking at our Dark Legends pull, it's just basically everything we got that is remotely playable. We got the Arm Ninja, he could pop a field spell maybe. We got the Cannon Soldier, not that I expect to be using his effect, but potentially if Tobias is in a low life point situation, we can just tribute some dudes and win. We got the Flying Kamakiri, #1, which can float into the Sonic Bird. We got the Giant Germ. We got triple Giant Rat. We got the Hane. Triple Jiraigumo, this card is going to be a format all-star. 1 Lord of D, we do have the Flute of Summoning Dragon to potentially use with Lord of D, and the Hyozanryo here to get us like a free 2800 defender, which could be really cool if we can pull that combo off.
Not gonna happen.
Got the Mahavilo Insane when we've got double Black Pendant, so hopefully we can showcase her again. Man-Eater Bug's decent. Metal Shooter is probably one of the better 1 tribute monsters we could have pulled, so it's not too bad to have. Nimble Momongo. Sadly, we only pulled 1 of this. We can float into it with Rat if necessary. Sonic Bird, as I said, is just for the Flying Kamakiri. We got the Thunder Dragon. I don't actually have any other targets for this guy, but maybe there's a situation where 1600 attack on 1 tribute actually is irrelevant. If not, this card is just kind of useless, but that's fine. We have the Time Wizard, we have UFO Turtle, Gazelle, Harpy Lady, the Hyozanryu, and Double Lejin, who's another really strong beater. Double Black Pendant, Gravekeeper's Servant, Luminous Spark, because we've got a fair number of light monsters, Molten Destruction, because we've got 1 fire monster, Painful Choice, just to basically deck thin a whole bunch of useless cards. Rising Air Current, we actually have a good suite of wins with the Flying Kamakiri and the Harpy Lady, so this would be our field spell of choice. Flute of Summoning Dragon, triple Upstart just to deck thin, and double Magic Jammer, 1/7 tools, and Trap Hole. This is a really nice trap lineup, well equipped to counter a lot of things that Tobias might throw at us. Anyway, let's hop into the replay and see how we do. We got the Cannon Soldier, we got the GUI, we got Upstart, and we got the Painful Choice. We're feeling pretty good about this. We can deck thin by like 1,000,000 here. Let's see how Tobias decides to open fire. Tobias is going to slam down the Mahavilo with the Axe of Despair. We're just going crazy already. This is a 3050 Mahavilo. That's even stronger than Blue Eyes. Well, we're going to have to go for the Upstart here, just try and find some way to draw out of it. Arm Ninja is a great draw because we can use that to actually out the Axe of Despair. We're going to go for the Painful Choice, send down 2 Upstarts, Giant Rat, Momonga, and the Giant Germ. Sort of try and trick Tobias into believing we've got a decent suite of them. Tobias is going to give us the Upstart, and we're going to gain another 1000 and draw 1 into the Rising Air Current. We're just going to slam down the Arm Ninja and the Magic Jammer and hope we can... Oh god, okay. Thankfully we have the Magic Jammer just to ice out the Luminous Spark. I'm going to discard Cannon Soldier. I do not think I'm going to be in a position where I've got more monsters on board than he does. And down comes Giant Germ.
Germs! Everywhere!
I was really hoping Tobias would go to combat before attacking, because now he can just tribute the Germ to put the Axe of Despair back on top of his deck. Right. At least we've weakened the Mahavilo for this turn, so we really have to deal with it now before it gets out of hand again. Right, we're going to summon down the Lejin and Genie blast her out of existence. Tobias' turn. We know he's got the Axe of Despair. If he's got any monster, ooh, thankfully he's just setting. We're feeling good about that. Alright, in the main phase 1, I'm just going to summon down the Spider. We're going to head to battle. Hopefully our Lejin can clear this. Giant Soldier of Stone. Oof. Fearing the Axe of Despair, we are going to have to go in with the Jiraigumo. Heads away. Shreds.
Tails, you lose.
Right, at least the Giant Soldier is down, which is probably the most important part. Life point. Who cares about life points? The only one that matters is the final one. Ooh, and Tobias is passing. This is great. We can set down the Hane and we can basically guarantee we win in 2 turns time. We're going to slam on in with the Jin. Oh, I guess I'm feeling a bit cautious with the Jiraigumo. I don't want to just overcommit too much in life point wise. Honestly, I probably should have done though. We're going to set down the Magic Jammer, head into combat again, go for the Lejin, blast down 1800. I think I'm just holding this Lord of D here just because I want to like pull off the wombo combo rather than like doing a little bit more damage. Down comes a Gazelle. We're aware he's got the Axe, that's fine. We're going to lose our Jiraigumo here. Ooh, Gaia power is huge. We're going to flip over the Hane, bounce that Gazelle back to the hand. Axe of Despair goes, and this time it's gone for good.
Bite my shiny metal axe.
We can summon down a Jiraigumo who's going to get boosted by the Gaia power. Oh, going to get a Trap Hold, fair enough. We're just going to go from combat for the 950, the whopping Hane getting the boost here, and then the 1800 from Lejin. Right, Tobias' turn. Down comes another Gazelle, out's the Lejin. Our turn. Pff, well, that's a pretty good draw. Gazelle meet Gazelle. They're going to crash. Hane, go on in, baby. Bam. Tabasa down to 2450, and I know that he doesn't have too much going on, but Momonga is big enough, and we're going to lose the Hain here, take 550. UFO Turtle's okay. We're going to go for the Rising Air Current, just replace the Gaia Power, just so we can summon the UFO Turtle, and we can beat on over this Momonga. Hopefully Tabas doesn't have any more in deck, because this could prolong the game by quite a bit. Oh, yep, he does. Oh my god, he got a playset. Oh, okay, that's annoying. Oh god, they're both going for the Suijin.
We lose.
Ah. This card is kind of unbeatable. I remember this back from Dark Beginning 1. Yeah, no targets for the UFO Turtle. We draw the 7 tools a little bit too late. We can at least set the Lord of D and hope we live another turn. Okay. See what we can draw here. Oh, well, I guess we never had the flute, so that's the game. Damn, man, I really feel like I threw that. Anyway, we're going to go first this time. Hopefully we can make sure that we're going to win by setting down the Giant Rat and the 7 tools to Basta's turn. He's going to set down 2 and a Mystery Monster. Our turn, we can go for the rat. Ooh, we're going to go for the 7 tools, though. We don't actually want to lose our rat here. We want to keep the rat train going. I'm going to go for the Legion. Ugh, the big stone wall. And, yep, we're just going to pass here. Tabasa's turn. UFO Turtle comes down. He's going to crash into the giant rat. We can float on into our middle rat. And Tabasa is going to float on into his middle UFO Turtle. Alright, we're just going to do the tango here. Both of these guys are going to go down. I have my 3rd rat, and Tabasta, you have a 3rd turtle. No, you do not. Nice. Alright, we're going to draw the Mahavilo. Pretty good with the Luminous Spark. Buffer attack over 2000. The wall falls. And we're going to do 3200 here. Right, Tabasa's turn. He's going to summon the Gazelle, and we're just going to take the giant rats to the grave and float on into our own Gazelle. It seems like I guess you didn't have really much of a choice there. We're going to distribute the Gazelle off for Metal Shooter. He's going to get buffed up to 2400 and then 2900 with the Luminous Spark. Oh, now we're cooking. 1400 in. Then we're going to go for a whopping 2050 and 1800 to Bast. This is game, buddy. Yeah! Nice quick turnaround. Alright, let's see what we can do in game number 3. Okay, Tabasa is going to go for the Gravekeeper Servant and a massive back row pass. We're going to go for the upstart, summon the Nimaronga. It's going to lose the Trap Hole. Giant Rat's going to come down, that's fine. We're going to go for the Legion, attack into a set. Oh, Hain, we're going to bounce back to hand, pass the turn. Tabasa is going to be able to start getting in a load of damage here with his 2 monsters. Thankfully, we have the Rising Air Current to pair with our Sonic Bird, so we can clear the Legion. We're going to go in for combat again. It's the Giant Drum. We're going to take 500. Thankfully, we have the Legion who can clean the middle one up. And we're just going to hope there's not a 3rd. Thankfully, there's not. We are losing quite a bit of our deck here. Tobias goes for the Des Mosquito. It's just a hard monster to kill and gets us to...
Here comes Suijin, the Water God. Attack, Suijin! Tidal Surge!
I think we just lose. How do we beat Suijin? That card is not fair. Alright, we get the Flute of Summoning Dragon with the painful choice. We're going to lose Giant Germ here, deal a bit of 500 damage here. Oh man. Thankfully, we have no more resources. Joagumo, go in, Tails, and we have half the life points. And now the Suijin will just attack. Damn, I was really hoping that was going to be it, but apparently I offered a rematch, because I'm dumb. Right, we're going to go for the Legion. We're going to go Black Pendant, no fear. Legion, you can take us all the way, baby. Nimble Momonga floats into 2 more. Both of them get tributed for the... You got Kazajin too?
You are so lucky.
Thankfully, we have the Joagumo with the Black Pendant, so we can kind of stave off the Kazajin, but if we attack, we just lose our Joagumo anyway, and the Kazajin lives, because these big Gate Guardian cards were actually quite good, if you can believe it. Down comes the Legion. We're going to lose our dude. We're going to go for the Metal Shooter here, who's just strong, but we can't actually clear anything. Giant Rat's going to float into Giant Rat, into Giant Rat, into Giant Rat, into Giant Rat. Yep, and we're going to go into Gazelle at the end of the chain, and the 2 Gazelles are going to crash. My turn, we're going to set down the Cannon Soul. Oh, God, we're going to set down our Metal Shooter. It's going to die to the Mahavilo with the Black Pendant, and everything's going to get flipped back to hand. We can Hain the Mahavilo. I don't know why we didn't go for the Kazajin. I suppose we're just losing to all of these cards now. Arm Ninja has nothing to pop. Mahavilo comes down. Thankfully, we at least have the Harpy Lady to live a turn. Giant Germ, we can at least Trap Hole, and doesn't even matter. Yeah, damn. Oh, right, okay, we're going to keep on going. I just want to get another win with this deck. I want to do my Flute of Summoning Dragon combo. Is that too much to ask for?
Yes.
Upstart Goblin gets us into the Lord of D. We're going to set down the Giant Rat. We're going to attribute that for the Metal Shooter, which we're going to give the Black Pendant, buffing its attack to 2900. We're going to go for the Metal Shooter again, and just trying to get some more advantage going with our Arm Ninja here, which we can use to out the Gravekeeper Servant or any other problematic spell to pass Dane's spot on the field. Finally, we're going to get rid of the Gravekeeper Serpent, and we're just going to go in to deal a bit more damage. I don't know why we're not. Oh yeah, I guess we're just not. We don't really want to risk attacking with the Jogama. Finally, we contribute them to two of them for the Hyozanryu. Hyozanryu attacks into the. What is this? Ancient Lamp. Sorry, what? How did I lose my Hyozanryu here? Before damage transmission, it's got us being attacked by an offensive monster and was face down at the start of the damage. You target one monster opponent control except the monster. The attacking monster attacks it instead, and you proceed to damage calculation. What? So my Hyozanryu ended up attacking the Metal Shooter?
He killed his own brother.
This card is crazy. Well, all that work and it just melted away. Thankfully, we do have a bit of advantage. We do still have the advantage with the Metal Shooter out, and we're going to be able to go on in with the Giant Germ, the Lord of D, and the Shooter itself to buy us down to... Ooh, the Karibo coming in clutch. We're going to go Trap Hole. We're going to get the 7 tools going here, and with this, please tell me this is game up. Please tell me you're just bricked on Gate Guardian parts. And yeah... Alright, our next core set that we're opening today is Rise of Destiny. Now, similarly to Soul of the Duelist, all the cards that are Ultimate Rares are available as Ultras, Supers, and Rares. And there's a good number of these cards that are actually pretty darn playable. The Creator is a card that always missed in real tournament settings, but in a sealed or progression environment, this card is really strong if we can get him onto the board. Perfect Machine King is funny in like a machine deck, but again, too many tributes to really get the boy out. In the rare slot, you have stuff like Fusilia Dragon, which was insane in Skill Drain, Machine Duplication, which leads to some absolutely wild OTK, FTK style decks way down the line with like Desk Bots and Card Trooper. Dokuichi is a card that showed up in quite a lot of Chaos lists around this time, just being a dark that lets you draw and flip was decent enough. In the Super Rares, we have one of my favourite cards of all time, Monster Reincarnation, probably because it was the first Ultimate Rare I ever pulled as a kid. That's why I love this card so much.
Ah, that's hot. That's hot.
The gloss and emboss on this card's design is badass, and the ability to just like grab a monster back from your grave at the expense of another card in hand maybe is like a, seems bad in today's Yu-Gi-Oh! As a 2-for-1, but back then was insane. And I remember playing this card back when Light Swans came out. Like if you'd milled your Judgment Dragon, you could Monster Reincarnation to bring it back to your hand and then summon it, blow up the board. Good times with this card.
Just good memories.
Tragedy does not look like this at all in the TCG art. This is the OCG Guillotine art. Not that the TCG art was any better. It was a woman about to be mugged or potentially worse in an alleyway. Divine Wrath is really good. To finally have a card that just straight up negates a monster effect was really warranted at this point in Yu-Gi-Oh! The other super rares aren't too much to write home about. Thessalos is okay, but one of the weaker Monarchs. Short Prince back to square one is an insane bit of removal. Just discard a card, yoink monsters to the top of the deck. You set the opponent back on tempo for the turn, and you just get rid of one of their powerful threats. Very strong card. Moki Moki Smackdown is hilarious. I want to see if Tobias brews something up with his Moki Moki pulls. Now he has access to this card. In the commons, you've got the Harpy Ladies. You've got Creator Incarnate, which it gets you into the Creator much easier than normal. Nightmare Penguin is pretty good. It just flips, bounces a card back to hand, which is nice, and has a decent defense. And then the rest of these cards are short prints as well as commons, so I guess they don't really matter too much. High likelihood that we're going to pull 3 copies of every common, which is pretty nice. Anyway, let's flick on over to the collection. Alright, yeah, as I said, high likelihood of getting 3 of every card. We got 10 back to square ones. We've got a couple of Divine Wraths. We've got some Element Source, which is decent. It's not quite as good as the Element Dragon, but it's okay. Flint is hilarious. It basically means that whenever you destroy a monster by battle with the flint just re-equips an opponent's monster and weakens that monster again, so you just have a sort of a never-ending cavalcade of weakening monsters Very strong card. We did also manage to pull 1 Monster Reincarnation and 1 Thestalos, so in terms of super rares and above, we actually pulled really favourably here. We did get the Machine King too, which could be funny. Anyway, let's have a look at our sealed deck and see what we were able to brew. Now, as improbable as it seems, I actually have 2 Rise of Destiny sealed decks.
No way!
Yeah, of all the sets in Yu-Gi-Oh!, this is the one where I was able to create 2 divergent decks just from what we pulled. So this is the more standard, traditional build in terms of kind of good stuff turbo. We're playing the Harpy's Hunting Ground with the Harpy Girl and Harpy Lady 1, who's the best Harpy Lady. And these cards basically just allow you to freely remove back row from the opponent's field. Double Eagle Eye as well, who's just also gets boosted by the Harpy's Hunting Ground. We got the Dekoichi for the draw. We got the Element Magician, so if we control a wind monster, which we've got quite a lot of in the deck, she can attack twice in a battle phase if she destroys a monster. Fusilier is okay, it can either be a strong tribute or just a decent 1400. Triple Homunculus, the Alchemic Being. This card is absolutely nuts. 1800 attack, and it can shift its attribute to be what you need, so you can make it a water or a wind for Element Magician. We've got double Mirage Dragon, which can be okay because there's quite a number of battle traps. We've got triple Nightmare Penguin, 1 Rock from the Valley of Haze just as a decent 1 tribute. Sasuke Samurai number 4. If you battle a monster and you call the coin toss correctly, he destroys it, which is very strong. And we've got the 1 Thestalos just to pick cards out to Tabas's hand. For the spells, we're playing triple Back to Square 1, double Flint, which is absolutely nuts, 1 Monster Reincarnation, and the Necklace of Command, who basically means that if a monster we control that's equipped with it is sent to the graveyard, we can draw a card or discard a card from Tabas's hand. That's sort of a deck thinning. And then for the traps, we've got double Astral Barrier, which means that we can just make attacks, direct attacks to protect our monsters. Double Covering Fire, so if the opponent attacks one of our monsters, we can make our monster gain the attack of another monster we control. Double Divine Wrath, and the Zing Zen Hu just to shut down Tabas's traps. Now you ask me, what's my other brew? Well, are you ready to bow to the perfect Machine King?
Bow before your king!
So, since we pulled this absolute giga chad of a card, we thought, let's try and build around him for another sort of sealed wacky deck. And to that end, we've basically slammed in any machines that we pulled in this set. And most of them, are we real, are terrible. We've got a couple of A-team trap disposal units. We got the Dekoichi. We got the double element swords because we're playing a lot of fire monsters in this brew. We got the Fusilier. We got triple heavy mech support platform. This card's effect does not matter, it's just a 500 attack machine, and you'll see why that's important in a minute. We've got triple Homunculus, who can just make himself fire for the element source. We've got the double Nightmare Penguin. We have the king himself.
We're not worthy! We're not worthy!
Thestalos, double Bakoichi, triple Mighty Guard, and triple Woodborg Impachi. Now, all of these absolutely pathetic 500 attack machines are only in here because of machine duplication. And the whole gimmick of this brew is, if we can draw like Mighty Guard and the machine duplication, then suddenly we've got 3 500 attack guys in the field. If we've got the Astral Barrier, or even if we don't, and Tabas is only summoning 1 monster a turn, that gives us fodder to make the Machine King with, and then that Machine King can start boosting himself by those other machines that we've got left on the field. That is the game plan with this brew. Whether it works or not is a different matter. We've of course obviously got the Astral Barrier, Covering Fire, Divine Wrath, and we are playing the rare Metamorph because this activates by targeting one of our machines, giving it 500 attack, and also negates the first spell effect that targets that monster. So in an absolute dream scenario, we'll have this rare Metamorph sat on the field, we'll equip it to our perfect Machine King, and then Tabas will have to spend 2 back to square ones to out it.
Keep dreaming.
Up first is our more standard Rise of Destiny Sealed. Wait a second, Tabas, did you get Machine King? His first play is literally what I wanted to do. Mighty Guard into the Machine dupe, bringing forth 2 more. You sure you don't want to play them in defense mode? No, okay, I guess he probably has the Astral Barrier, which is fine. Right, we're just going to go for the set of our 2 trap cards. Summon down the Mirage Dragon, and Tabas is going to have to go for the Astral Barrier in the main phase 1 to protect his monsters. Fair enough. We're going to go for the direct attack, and chunk out 1600 of Tabas's life points. Right, Tabas's turn. Show me the Machine King. Show me the Machine King. Oh, yes! Perfect Machine King comes down. This boy is absolutely insane.
You have no idea of the power I possess.
3200, impossible to out. We've got the Astral Barrier. We're going to take this 3200 ourselves. We don't want to lose our Mirage Dragon for some reason. Right, you spent all this energy on the Machine King to Tobias. Now we're going to back to square one him, discarding one Nightmare Penguin to put the Machine King back to the top of your deck. Then we're going to slam down the second one and go for the battle. Hopefully we can get out the Mighty Guard this time. Nope, Tobias is going to make it a direct attack. That's more than okay by me. I don't know why I'm losing the life points here. Clearly I'm a little bit disoriented. Tobias' turn. He's going to draw the Machine King. Can't do anything with that. Set a monster. I know for a fact that Tobias is going to go for that Machine King play again. So we're going to have to play proactive with the Nightmare Penguin. Just bounce this new set monster back to the hand. Set down our Decoichi so we can draw next turn. And we're going to go in for combat again. Tobias is going to make it a direct attack. He's going to take 1600. Back to you, Tobias. Set down a monster. And it's over to us. Thankfully now we have the Decoichi. We can draw. Ooh, what a draw! We're going to go for combat. We're going to go for Mirage Dragon into the new set. Tobias is going to let it die. Okay, valuing the draw more than anything. And then he's actually going to lose his Mighty Guard as well. Alright, he's going to go for the Homunculus. It's going to just deal 1800 to us. Fair enough. Tobias does not know what we are cooking. We're going to set down a card. He's going to Zing Zen Hu, our Zing Zen Hu, and our other Zing Zen Hu. The irony. We're going to go for the back to square one. Send our Harpies to Hunter Ground to the graveyard. Bounce that Homunculus and bonk, bonk, bonk. Now I know that Tobias is playing the King as well. Who am I to deny the King v King mirror match? Right, looking at our opening hand, we have the perfect Machine King. He's perfect. He's a machine. He's the King.
A perfect machine.
We got the Woodborg Apache. If we can get a machine dupe with this, that'd be funny. And we've got the Heavy Mech support platform, another good machine dupe target. Covering fire is not too useful in this scenario. And the back to square one is just good removal. Let's see what Tobias can do starting off. He's just going to go for the set. And the set. We've got a Flint off the bat. We're going to go for our Heavy Mech support platform. Set it down, go for the covering fire. Tobias' turn. Nightmare Penguin's going to flip on over. And our Heavy Mech platform's back to our hand. Down comes Homunculus. And Homunculus is going to become water for the turn. Buffed by 200 thanks to the Nightmare Penguin. We're going to take a fat 3100 here. Ooh, got a hand. We're just going to draw another Heavy Mech support platform. That is not good. We're going to go for the Flint. Give that to the Homunculus to prevent it from attacking. And also now, if it gets destroyed, we can then re-equip the Flint to another one of Tobias' monsters. Hopefully this will stem our life point loss. We're going to set down the Heavy Mech support platform. Pass the turn. Raging Flame Sprite. Oh my god, I'm going to get killed by this meme card.
Yes! Yes, you are.
Yep, that's fine. He can attack directly. Going to be buffed to 1100. Oh, we are so far away. We're just going to go for the one tribute for the Woodborg Apache.
Another one.
Another Raging Flame Sprite. This guy is absolutely insane. We're just going to get absolutely torched here. I'm going to take 11. We're going to take 1. We have to go for the back to square one here. There's no way we can even mount an offense against the 2100. We're going to bounce that guy to the top of the deck. We're going to summon down the Element Source, who's going to get buffed by the Raging Flame Sprite, and thankfully he's able to out it. Whew. But if I'd actually lost 2 Flame Sprites, I literally would have had to just quit Yu-Gi-Oh! My career would be over. Anyway, down comes the Raging Flame Sprite again. Tobias is just going to poke one in for 100, and it's going to buff itself to 1100. We're going to draw Decoichi, who's a little bit frightening right here. We're going to set him down and then going to go for the battle with the Raging Flame Sprite. I'm just glad to see that Tobias does not have the covering fire or anything like that, because we're actually able to out these sprites pretty effectively. Tobias' turn. Down comes his own Element Source. Uh-oh, this is going to get nasty. It's going to go into our Decoichi. Well, we're going to draw Homunculus. We're going to summon it down, declare Earth, and then we're just going to go for the battle. Hit on over Tobias' Homunculus, deal a nice 500 here, and then we're going to do the battle with our Homunculus, clear out the Element Source since there's no more fires on the field, and Tobias is going to take a little bit more damage. Right, pass the turn. Tobias is just going to set, and now Tobias, it's time for the machine dupe party. We're going to go Woodborg number 2, Woodborg number 3, ba 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 ba. And now, Apparently I'm not going to go. Why didn't I go for the Machine King? That would have been the meme play. Okay, we're just going to wait. We're going to hold off on the King.
I can wait.
Monster Reincarnation comes down from Tobias. He's going to discard a Heavy Mech. And he's going to grab back the Homunculus, which he's going to summon. Buff to be a water. And then we're going to go for the Covering Fire, protecting our Woodborg by giving it an 1800 attack body. Now, Tobias, you will witness why I am known as the Perfect Machine King.
I am now more powerful than ever.
Bam! Tributing 2 Woodborg Apaches to summon this absolute legend. He's boosted by a 500 thanks to my other Woodborg Apache. Strong enough now to get over your 2k defender.
I can blast it away with ease.
Now, Homunculus, Elemensaurus, attack in, and that's the game! Machine King is on my corner today, brother! We've drawn lots of cards that work with machine duplication, but not very many good ones. Nightmare Penguin and the Elemensaurus are going to amount a huge offensive here. We can thankfully go for the Homunculus, out the Elemensaurus before it becomes too much of an issue. Back to square one, we're going to get our Homunculus to the top of the deck, and we're going to take 1000 damage from his dudes. We're going to go for the Divine Wrath here, just get rid of the Raging Flame by discarding a book, quite too sure. Summon the Homunculus. Tobias is going to go for the Reincarnation, get back his Nightmare Penguin. We're going to set down our own Nightmare Penguin. He's going to play passive. Oh, you shouldn't have done that, Tobias. Now I can flip mine, Backdraws back, and deal a load of damage here. We're going to set down another Nightmare Penguin, which we're going to flip over, get rid of Tobias's back row because we don't really want to deal with that. We can go use the back to square one, and then we win again! Huh. Wow, that was the absolute clean sweep with Rise of Destiny there. Awesome stuff.
Ho ho ho, Tobias. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. This is what I would say if I cared about you. But no, instead I only care to make you suffer. Yes, 'tis I, Yummy Benbow, returned, presenting Burn Mill. This is my gift to you, Tobias. Torture like you've never imagined. Though many stool cards might be banned, such as Fairy Box, Vengeful Bog Spirit, and the Dark Door, within our collection, there lies so many more powerful and potent, disruptive stool cards just under the surface of general playability. Our main win condition is in the form of the burn cards, Amazon S Archer, Boganian, and Cannon Soldier. We're of course playing a bevy of recruiter monsters, such as the Bubonic Vermin, Giant Rat, Masked Dragon, Troop Dragon, and Mystic Tomato. With these we can ensure that we never run out of monsters. We are also playing the Pac-Man monsters, Swarm of Locusts, Scarabs, and of course the pure advantage camel himself, Des Lacuda. To round off our monsters, we have Lava Golem, an old favorite of mine, and a card that I can use to burn Tobias while getting rid of his most powerful monsters. In order to discourage Tobias from attacking, we have both Gravekeeper's Servant and Toll, as well as Pot of Greed, the Shallow Grave, and Level Limit Area B to complete our spells. For the traps, we of course have Bottomless Trappo, Michizore, Ordeal of a Traveler, 7 Tools of the Bandit, Thunder of Ruler, Zero Gravity, and a Faint Plan, which can protect our defensive monsters from battle. Our opening hand consists of a couple of Pac-Man monsters, Troop Dragon and Thunder of Ruler with Ordeal of a Traveler. Tobias just goes for the Witch of the Black Forest and sets 2 in the back row. My turn, I draw, and I set down a monster for turn, as well as 2 back row, past the turn. In your standby phase, I activate the Thunder of Ruler, preventing you from being able to attack this turn. Am I seeing double? Is that a second Witch of the Black Forest? My turn. I'll set down 1 more monster and 1 more back row. Then I flip summon my Des Lacuda, letting me draw 1 card. Ring of Destruction on my Lacuda. That's fine by me, Tobias. Your move, Tobias. Umiruka and 7-colored fish? Benbird warned me about this stale and stagnant combo. As you attack, I activate my Ordeal of the Traveler. Pick a card, Tobias, any card. Ugh, my Troop Dragon goes down, but so will your fish when I activate Nichizore. Troop Dragon, float on into the second Troop Dragon. You're passing the turn? Unwilling to attack, what a coward. I draw. This hand isn't doing too much. I'll set down another mystery monster and pass the turn. Your move. Down comes another fish. And the Aqua Spirit too? Attack in all you want. My Ordeal will bounce your spirit back to the hand. Now you know I have a trap and a monster. Do you dare? Yes, fine. I'll lose my Lakuda here. And your witches devour the rest of my Troop Dragons. Draw. There's not much more I can do in this game. You know what, Tobias? I'll surrender here. Game 2? Game 2, and my hand's already looking quite a bit stronger than before. I'll move into the main phase and activate the Pot of Greed spell card, which allows me to draw 2 additional cards. After that, I activate Toll, set down 2 back row, and set down a monster. Your turn, Tobias. Zombira? With my faint plan, your Zombira is frozen in his tracks. You're gonna bounce my set monster to hand with compulsory? My, you're so afraid. I'll set another monster down and end the turn. Injection Fairy Lily. They say the deck is a representation of the duelist. I've always known you were a little prick, Tobias, but now it's confirmed. I use my Michizore. Oh, my body. Using your life as a resource. Very smart. I'll use my Mars Dragon to float on into the middle one. Do you dare attack with your Fairy Lily? No, you do not. My turn. Draw. I'll set down a fresh monster and end my turn. Pot of Greed? I suppose it's only fair, given I had mine earlier this game. But with it, what will you find? Umiruka and Gagagigo? What a most frightful combination. My Mystic Tomato will float on into a middle Mystic Tomato, and you'll keep having to pay the toll just for the privilege of attacking. Now, my next Mars Dragon will fall to your Zombira, and it will float on into a Troop Dragon. Will you ever get past my endless cavalcade of monsters? I doubt it. Draw! Boganian, interesting. But for now, I'll just set down the Swarm of Scarabs and turn my Mystic Tomato sideways. Your move. Troop Dragon falls, and another comes to take his place. Swarm of Scarabs and Troop also end up dying too, as you take another 1,000 life points for the privilege of attacking me. My turn. I draw. Now we're cooking, Tobias. I tribute your Injection Fairy Lily and your Gagagigo to bring forth the Lava Golem. Bottomless? I suppose it does work that way. Whatever, it's still a clean 2 for 2. I end my turn. Down comes Witch, and down goes the Troop Dragon, as you're taking more damage, more than you can ever possibly recover from. With my final Mystic Tomato, I'll float on into Boganian. My turn. If you can't beat one Boganian, Tobias, how can you possibly expect to stand up against 2? Your move. A 7-colored fish. Sure, you can out both Boganians, but it will cost you another 1,000 life points just to pay the toll to do so. See right now, Tobias, your life points are slipping away, down to below 2,000. And it's about to get a whole lot worse for you, as the toll is rising, baby! Your attack tax is now increased to 1,000 points, should you wish to attack me. And you do attack! That'll be the last one you can ever make this game, Tobias. Enjoy being on 900 life points. Draw. I'm gonna set down 1 back row and a monster and pass it back to you. Down comes a back row and it's over to me again. Raigeki break? Sure. Okay, you can out 1 toll, but not when I have the 7 tools. I'll pay 1,000 of my rather substantial life points to negate your Raigeki break. Then I'll flip over my Swarm of Locusts to eradicate your back row. I'll summon down the masked dragon, and because I want to give you a chance, I'll attack, paying 1,000 life points to destroy your Witch of the Black Forest. What will you pick up, Tobias? Gagagigo? Not that it will do you much good in this scenario. I end the turn. Your move. Down comes the Gagagigo, and it's a resounding pass. My turn. I flip over my swarm of locusts to remove your Umiluka from play. The American dream is over. I set down one back row and another monster and end my turn. You have another Umiluka? Not that it makes any difference. My move. I flip over the locusts, getting rid of your ordeal. Then I'll set down one monster and end my turn. Your move, set and pass all you like. Bounce my swarm to the hand, see if I care. I flip over my Hero Shadow Scout, milling the top 3 cards of your deck. Any monsters get added to your hand, but that 2-man cell battle remains in the graveyard. I set down another monster and pass the turn. You summon the Sea Summon, I'll bottomless him. I see you peeking in the graveyard. You think your Aqua Spirit will stop me? Now I flip over my giant rat and attack you, paying the toll. You've lost, Tobias. Firstly, I'll use the Michizore trap card to take out your Sea Serpent Warrior of Darkness. And then, using my rat's special ability, I will summon forth the ultimate engine of your destruction, Amazoness Archers. Amazoness Archers effect will activate, allowing me to tribute 2 of my monsters to deal 600 damage to you. And then, I can use her effect again to wipe out the rest of your life points. Your soul is mine, Tobias. Stop. You can't claim Tobias' soul when you lost the first duel. This was a sympathy duel. Tobias throwing you a bone after he curb-stomped your Destiny board deck and made light work of this deck the first time round. The only person losing their soul this time is you, as I return you back to the Millennium Ring from whence you came. No! I will return, stronger than ever before.
Well, that's quite enough of that.
Our other deck is a slightly more fair, slightly more standardized Earth list. Now, we attempted a similar deck to this last week with the Insects using Neobug and Jiraigumo, and
We lost.
so we've opted to sort of buff up the monster ratio a bit more. Now we've got the triple giant rat. We have some really good toolbox options that are a lot more consistent than they used to be, and we're just going to see how it plays. We've got, of course, a double Deslakuda, which is really strong. Now we've got the triple rat to float on into it, which can basically guarantee we get like 1 extra draw at the minimum if it's the last card on the rat chain. We have the Exiled Force, again another really good target off the giant rat, and just a decent card all on its own. We've got double Gigantes, and now we actually have a very high amount of Earth monsters in the main deck. That way we can easily get to the graveyard. I feel like Gigantes could come up a lot more than it used to, and I also think that this card is secretly very, very strong. We've got triple Howling Insect. We're still playing this card just to kind of recruit into our swarms. I don't think it's the bee's knees. We've got double Hyper Hammerhead. This card is really strong. Came up a lot in the IOC sealed environment, but we haven't played this since. But basically, if it battles a monster that isn't destroyed, that monster gets bounced to the hand. So this is a really good way to out problematic big monsters. We've got the Jinzo, double Jiraigumo. He's just the best Earth guy under the Gaia power. And then we have Mobius, of course. We've got double Pinch Hopper, 1 Sangan, double Swarm of Locusts, double Scarabs, and double Neo Bug. For the spells, we've got the triple Gaia power, the heart and soul of the deck.
By the powers of Mother and Earth, hear us.
1 Heavy Storm, double My Body, 1 Pot of Greed, and 2 Terraforming to search our Gaia power. We've then got triple Bottomless, 1 Ring of Destruction, and the 7 Tools of the Bandit. In the side, we've got the 4-star Level Doom. Tobias is still on the water deck, which obviously I think he probably will be on, given I've seen what he's playing with the Mill deck. This card is just such a blowout to all of that, and also has some incidental synergy with Howling Insect and Pinch Hopper. We've got double Bazoo. If we get to a stage where the game's going long enough, we can just banish some stuff in our graveyard, just make this guy absolutely massive. Double Yakigero for every really down. This card is okay to come in. Thestalos is a decent include. I just don't really like having too many tribute monsters. I think this card isn't that useful in a lot of scenarios. Level Limit REB for when you want to slow the game down to a cool and just go for the Swarm plus Deslakuda kind of gameplay to win. Then we have this that we can slide on in. Double Divine Wrath, double Magic Jammer, triple Mind Crush, and the Trap Dust Shoot. Let's head on into the game to see how we do. Okay, looking at our opening hands, we've got the 1.
He is the one.
And we got the Heavy Storm, we got Terraforming, and we got the Hyper Hammerhead and the Lakuda. Right, Tobias is going to go for the Zombira Pass. What are we, Metal Raiders?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
We're going to go for terraforming here, grab ourselves the Gaia power, slam it down, and slam down the Neo. Neo is going to clear out the Zombira here. Pretty simple out. And we're going to pass the turn because we don't have any back row. Tabas's turn. Alright, Umiruka, straight away we lose our Gaia power, whatever. Sea Serpent, Warrior of Darkness is going to come down. He's going to triumph over the Neo bug. I suppose that shows why he prides himself on his fighting prowess, both on the ground and in the water. Right, we've drawn the Gigantes, which is not very gigantic. This puts Tabas in a position where if he wants to out the Gigantes, he has to sacrifice his Umiruka. It's probably not... Oh, it's like, did the duel end? Tabas left the duel, but he returns. The game resumes. Right, must have been a disconnect. Right, we're going to lose our Hyper Hammerhead here. That's going to bounce the Sea Serpent back to hand, and Tabas is not going to summon it back down.
What are you, stupid?
Oh, okay, he's going to go for the ordeal. That makes sense. I was like, why on earth would you not summon the monster? We're going to go for the Heavy Storm here, clear out the Umiruka plus the ordeal, set down the Bottomless, summon our Lakuda here, and we can start cracking on in with 2400 damage, and then we're going to set the Lakuda back down in the main phase 2. Pass the turn. Tabas' go. He's going to set down the cards, activate Umiruka, go for the Sea Serpent. We're going to Bottomless, get it out of here, and now we can start the pure advantage.
Ah, crap.
I guess we're not munching this noob today. Damn it. We're going to get hairy with the Sangan, yep. Strike on in with this little chubby dude and the Gigantes, putting Tabas down to 2,500. He's just going to set a card. Ooh, the Raigeki Quake is pretty good here. It gets rid of our Gigantes. And we don't quite have enough damage. If we'd gone for the Pinch Chopper, we could have put Tabas on 500. But I figure 1,000's probably low enough anyway. Plus, knowing we've got the recurable Des Lakuda means he has to go proactive. Down comes the 7 color fish. We lose our Lakuda here. Our turn to draw the Exiled Force, which is just perfect.
How long have you been in the Force?
We're not in the Force, idiot. We were exiled.
Boom! Next episode, we're going to be opening a Retro Pack 2 and Flaming Eternity. Retro Pack 2 is a bit like Dark Legends, where it's just a reprint set of a smorgasbord of DM good stuff, so that should be really good at buffing out our collection once more and being sort of our last hurrah, really, for some of these cards. Flaming Eternity is the last core DM era set, and is the first core set that doesn't feature Yami Yugi on the front cover. Instead, we get the absolute legend that is Sacred Phoenix of Nephthys. Really cool card back in the day, and maybe even quite cool now. I mean, it just got reprinted in the recent Structure Deck Fire Kings, and has some pretty fun synergies with them where it recurs itself each tower phase and blows up the back row of both players. So yeah, it's a pretty good card. Mostly though, I think Retro Pack 2 is going to be what's going to revamp some of our progression decks, and hopefully it's going to revamp them to a point where Tobias plays something slightly different to Water Control, because as much as I'm now actually starting to beat the deck, I'm kind of a little bit tired of just seeing Umiruka all the time, and it's like there's not many jokes I can keep making about it. Okay, Tobias, I need you to play something different just so I can do different memes or different themes and stuff like that. Gyojin is gone. Nobody is stepping up from your deck into the meme limelight. Okay, Sea Serpent Warrior of Darkness is overdone. People have said his name and his effect way too many times already. 7 colored fish, terrible card. Gekka Gigo, all I can do is make baby sounds. Give me something new to work with, Tobias, okay? Anyway, thank you very much for watching this episode. Please do stay tuned for future episodes and subscribe.